So obviously there were actually leads that we developed out of this project where people would come, they would see the content, they said, this is fantastic, we'd like more. So then they would be knocking on our doors saying, okay, how about we get access to your footage from Iraq or elsewhere in the region. What did this do for Al Jazeera? So one, obviously, is reputation. This is something that we're known in the region particularly, and in the world as well. People know us as the people who are bringing out the voice from the street, the voice of the voiceless, particularly in the region. And now with the English channel, with our presence across the world, obviously, the economic south in the world as well. So it goes hand in hand with what we're what we stand for, which is giving voice to the voiceless, giving people power. Distribution, obviously, we created this content once. We can only distribute it on a linear, a TV screen, and obviously the website and so on. But this way, your brand is getting distributed multiple times in forms that you did not initially envision or have the capacity to do anyways. It's a matter of respect for the audience. If you go on, for example, YouTube, you'll find most of the footage, even from the Gaza complex, it would already be there. Not by us, but somebody else would have taken that, recorded that, they would have put it up. They're doing it anyways. Why don't we respect the audience and give them what they want? Community empowerment. This is extremely important, particularly in our region where free media does not have the same roots as you have, let's say, in the Western world, or let's say in Australia, where you have generations of reporters and journalists who've gone through different stages, and you've had essentially free media, free press for a while. If you know much about the Middle East particularly, most of the media has been state-run, so obviously the talent pool is very limited. So Al Jazeera launched in '96. Before that, you didn't have many people who were professionally trained journalists in the region because most of it was state-run, and obviously the concepts of how journalism should be, it does not really apply because it's more of propaganda tools. This allows us to have a relationship with the upcoming generation, people who are training, who are learning, and aspiring to become filmmakers or documentary producers and so on. So these people who are going to make, let's say, the next big documentary about whatever topic, they will already have that relationship and a sense of loyalty towards Al Jazeera this way. Also, this is also putting out a challenge to the competitors. We're sort of setting the standard. We're taking a lead. The Creative Commons in news media particularly has been under discussion for a long period of time, but the movement has been very, very slow. Obviously, people are not sure of the financial models and things that sustain the media industry in general, and obviously during the economic crisis in the past year, you've seen even with the traditional models, it doesn't mean that the industry can last or that you have a foolproof model. So these things are still new and experimental. So let's say we're taking the first steps, and we're hoping that others will follow as well. Then I mentioned the financial lead. We had a number of deals that went through shortly after we launched the repository, where people would come and say, okay, we would like from you a daily video roundup of news and things like that, and they'd like to distribute them on their, let's say, websites and other web properties. So that's been another thing. Like I mentioned, obviously this was done, the repository initially was done in a very, matter of a week. So we used open source, and that's we're proponents of that as well. We use libTV for distribution, and they allow you to tag your content that you upload with the Creative Commons license. So normally you would have, all rights reserved. So over there they give you, okay, you can choose a Creative Commons license, depending. So they'll give you the options. And obviously the content management system for organizing was Drupal, which is a fantastic content management web publishing tool. Aside from Creative Commons, dissemination of information obviously is extremely important, and what Alice has been doing from before even the repository has been putting all of our content on YouTube anyways. So you'll find most of our content, let's say, most of the feature-length programs that we have, some of the most popular programs, both in the English and the Arabic, daily news reports, they already go on our YouTube channels, youtube.com/Al Jazeera English, and similarly Al Jazeera channel, which is for the Arabic. Similarly for documentary and the other channels. That is it, sirs. So I'm looking forward to your questions.